accusing her of extortion. New tonight, Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy is now suing his ex-fiancée Tia Jones, accusing her of extortion and abuse. According to multiple reports, Worthy claims Jones made up her story about domestic violence to ruin his reputation. Now, Worthy also claims she damaged his game room and pulled out his dreadlocks. This allegedly happened nearly 3 weeks ago after Worthy says he told Jones to leave his home multiple times. Worthy says he confronted her and accused her of cheating on him. Worthy was arrested earlier this month in Texas, but 1 day later he was released.
The charges against him. We do have breaking news in a story we brought you earlier. Lawyers for Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy say the charges against him have been dropped. The star rookie was arrested in Texas last night on domestic violence charges, but again, those charges were dropped.
Okay. Now, yes, now, little nervous move. Y'all skip that personal note. Make sure y'all still think.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas best up on my...
So Xavier Worthy accuses track star Tia Jones of assault and then actually sued her as well. Xavier Worthy had to go through this process where he accused his ex-girlfriend of accusing him of false assault and a whole lot of strenuous strings of accusations, which the media decided to publicize only one part while hiding the other athlete, which is Tia Jones. Now, in a little bit, I'm going to explain why I'm correlating this with Travis Hunter and Leanna. It's all going to make sense. And I'm not going to use any clips of Travis Hunter or Leanna because the same people criticizing people for talking about Travis and Leanna, well, they're the same hypocrites, guess what? Talking about Xavier Worthy and Tia Jones. I guess when it comes to Travis Hunter, people decide to pick and choose. Now, some of the damages done to Xavier was more than just reputations. As you can see the TMZ release footage that Xavier gave out, there was a lot of things done to him physically that should have been charged towards track star Tia Jones. What's even more wild, to find the news reports, actual footage and videos of news teams and media vindicating Xavier, it was very hard. All the bigger news teams that made him look bad like he's a DV offender, they didn't come to his defense and aid when even the police department defended Xavier. But we did find footage of people talking about Xavier suing her. We had to go through great lengths, guys.
You might. Wide receiver Xavier Worthy files a lawsuit against his ex-fiancée who accused him of domestic violence. You might remember Worthy. She scratched his face. Suit also claims instead of leaving, she scratched his face and even ripped out some of his hair. You see the photo here. Worthy's lawsuit then says after he was arrested, she went back to the home, damaged some of his property. Worthy is now seeking damages between $250,000 and $1 million.
Now, the reason why I explained we had to go through great lengths, see, the same news media that made Xavier look bad were the same ones choosing not to defend him when it came time to put the egg on their faces that they were wrong about these accusations. As you can see, the news team were quick in a heartbeat to embarrass Xavier when these charges first came out. They didn't do their due diligence, they didn't do their homework, but they plastered his face on all the news outlets to make him look like an offender without hearing his side. Oh, you don't believe me? Look at these news footage of ESPN, Fox Sports, even the local news, everybody just ridiculing Xavier without ever hearing his side of the story.
Xavier Worthy
with breaking news.
That breaking news coming out of Texas, where Kansas City Chiefs player and Fresno native Xavier Worthy has been arrested. Public jail records from Williamson County show the incident happened yesterday. Worthy was booked in jail for allegedly assaulting a household member or a family member by 4,000 fans lined up to meet him during a free event at Granite Park in Central.
With assaulting. And another breaking news story we are following. We are now hearing from the lawyer of former Texas Longhorn star Xavier Worthy. According to Williamson County jail documents, he's charged with assaulting a family member by impeding their breathing or circulation. It's a third-degree felony here in Texas. If convicted, Worthy could face up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $10,000. Right now, we don't have court records on details of Worthy's arrest, but we did reach out to Worthy's lawyers. They sent a statement saying they're working with law enforcement to, quote, ensure they have the benefit of the totality of circumstance that led to this allegation. And
there are no more proper journalists. But before I show you why these journalists are wrong about Xavier, because he's a great kid and I'm going to prove it with receipts, let's look at Tia Jones, who she is. See, if you guys don't know Tia Jones, she was a track star. She was supposed to be at the Olympics when she had just turned 16 years old, but because of her age, she couldn't perform at the Olympics. And she hooked up with Xavier Worthy when he did the same thing like Travis Hunter. He talked to her and she ignored him, dismissed him, and got rid of him. But when last year occurred, or the year before last year, she had an ACL injury, which were the only reasons why she even gave Xavier a chance to begin with. When you are a track star, a national track star, you have a contract with Adidas after declining the Nike contract, then now when you get an ACL injury, it isn't like the NFL or any other routes. You're not the same person anymore. So she clearly went through a depressive state where now I'll give this young man Xavier a chance. So she gave Xavier a chance when he was only 20 or 19 years old. This woman is 25 years old. She's 5 or 6 years older than Xavier. And people are not adding that part. She's definitely not adding that part to the mix of things. So an ACL injury, this young, fresh meat, no Diddy, but yes Diddy, he's going to the NFL. He's going to make this bag, and he did perform well. Well, you might as well marry him. For some reason, a lot of females defended this woman, even though she assaulted and accosted Xavier, stole from him, and lied about accusations from him. But her contract doesn't pay her that much with Adidas. She is money hungry. Instead of leaving Xavier Worthy alone after you cheat on the man with your trainer, that's right, she cheated with her trainer. She took 4 attorneys and put a protective order against Xavier Worthy. Not only that, she's tarnished his reputation with defamation, because now this is what she's saying. Xavier Worthy choked her out. He did a lot of things to her last year as well. He's also a habitual cheater. She's going out her way to destroy this young man by all means necessary. So the fact that you people think she's not money hungry, go indulge into her contract situation with Adidas, because her parents kind of declined a huger offer with Nike for this route. But there's a lot of stipulations in it. We can get to that later. But this woman is foul completely. What people don't know is when Xavier got arrested, they already came out to make a statement that showed clear innocence in Xavier's part. So for her coming late in the game with her sides and attorneys only after he got vindicated and she got exposed, it shows you the true nature of Tia Jones' character. Now, to understand who Xavier Worthy is, he's much more than a talented star who broke the combine record during that situation.
Take your time, man. You're chasing a record. Don't rush this thing here.
An unofficial 4.25 in his first run, and he's going to run it again to try and get John Ross's 4.22. Here he goes.
Oh! Keep going. He might keep.
Before the talented highlights during opening day in the NFL. Then after that, another great highlight that he did in the NFL again. All these things, Xavier Worthy knew who he was going to be since he was a young man. We can go back to a footage we found of him when he was only like 10 years old, 11 years old, and he spoke this to existence.
When you would run around with your friends, who was usually the fastest one?
Me.
Did everyone know that?
Yeah.
What I showed you in that clip, the young man has always been around fame, because a lot of people were saying that Tia Jones was in the limelight before him. Well, she's older than him, Sherlock. But even with age, Xavier has exhibited a level of maturity far greater than what Tia Jones has shown. For instance, look how he has got an official own day to his city. Xavier was granted a gift of his own day at the city of Fresno, and you see the proclamation right here. You see his beautiful mother holding up the proclamation, but let's indulge into more. Who is this woman? As you guys could see, Xavier's upbringing was not the typical, but he had a strong mother in his life to teach him these values.
Yeah, Joe, Xavier Worthy says his mom, Nikki, is his best friend. He said that she had him when she was 18, so she's like really his sister. He said our relationship is really close. She's meant the world to me. She's just been there for me. He said every...
Nikki posted this summer how it started, how it's going. You saw the photos and that special bond for...
If you don't know, Xavier's mom was a teenager when she had Xavier. The beautiful woman instilled values into Xavier to teach him not to be like a Travis Hunter. And it's hard to hide from these women who have ulterior motives, such as allegedly a Leanna or a Tia Jones. And men should be wary of that. Xavier's mother had a response to getting the proclamation of being honored for the day of the city of Fresno.
We are declaring today as Xavier Worthy Day in the city of Fresno, so congratulations.
Thank you, and I'll be brief. Just tagging on to what Xavier said, thank you to the city of Fresno and you, Ms. Pereira, really appreciate it. I was a young mother when I had Xavier and lots of odds stacked against me. And so to be here standing today receiving this in his honor just really means a lot. And I hope that it's a double-edged sword and inspiring not only the youth, that no matter where you're from, you can do great things. And it doesn't have to be football, it can be amazing things. And also just parents, just continuing to support your children because their dreams are reachable.
As you see Xavier being raised well, even he submitted his own great words to the city of Fresno.
I just want to say a huge thank you to the city of Fresno and Councilmember Premier for making a special moment and making it stand my honor. I was born and raised in Fresno, California, so it's a huge honor to continue to inspire the community and always look out and give back to the community as well. I look forward to continuing to inspire and help out.
Now, Xavier has been through a lot. He got attacked. He's been ridiculed in social media, to much like what Travis Hunter was going through. But with his, it seems that everybody wanted to make him guilty. So where I'm from, you need a fresh start. He would cut off his hair because of the patches that are now in his hair. This is why Xavier is suing for well over between $250,000 up to $1 million for punitive damages, defamation, physical attacks. I think the woman needs to be incarcerated right now. But Xavier will go out the way to try to change his life. He would build up something in his garage. So instead of being a bitter person or a bitter ex, he decided to rebuild himself and go in his garage and renovate it. And when he had renovated it, he took the best of the best. He has basically collages of himself and all the victories he's done, all the great things he's established as a dominant football athlete. And, well, you know how trolls are. Tia Jones supporters would troll Xavier. So instead of filling the young man, a lot of people decided to pretend that Xavier is out here to clout chase Tia. He's gonna go broke, all because he spent money on his garage and they seen the vehicles that he had in there, pocket watching as usual from Scrubs. Now, this is what athletes like Xavier has to go through when you have defamation on your name by your bitter ex-fiancée. Now, the thing is about this garage, He didn't spend too much money on it or whatever, because I changed my garage into a workout facility for less than $500 to $600. And for Xavier, this is where he works out as well, because if you see other pictures and videos, he had his weightlifting routine in there. But people seem to never let you be free, meaning that even though we know Xavier didn't do anything wrong to Tia Jones, there are bitter women and simp men who will not let this go away. So I think he needs to sue. Look, say what you want, but Xavier decided to marry this woman in front of the world after she already dismissed him and act like he was nothing. But soon as she got injured, got an ACL tear, she felt like, well, almost a year later, I'm going to give him a chance. He even admitted they weren't even sexual with each other for almost the first year. And I believe it, because she was sexual. He wasn't, because she never liked him to begin with. She liked the bag that he got, and it all aligned perfectly well. That man got on his knees and went down for her to let her know he's going to be down with her for life. This is how he surprised her. This woman never had the intentions of falling in love with this man like that to begin with. Her actions spoke louder than words. While he was training for the Super Bowl, she also was sleeping with the trainer at that time as well. I don't think you guys understand. This wasn't a mistake. She had a long duration of cheating on Xavier. Now, according to other people, it was with multiple people, but we know Xavier caught her multiple times with the private investigator that he hired to get to the bottom of this. Because I was in the military, there was nothing harder to do than watch other soldiers either deleting themselves or not coming up as a top soldier because their significant other is being ran down by Jody while you're down range. There was no way he could have concentrated on football with all this going on. But guess what? During the Super Bowl, he was the only Kansas City Chief personnel that actually gave it his all. There was no question about it. No ifs and buts did Xavier come to play during the Super Bowl. And this is all while your girl is getting, not even girl, your fiance is getting her back blown out by randoms. I mean, let's not undermine what Xavier has really achieved in a short time frame. This guy is one of the men who has brought back Texas football.
Man, it's crazy, man, because, like 2 years ago, it wasn't a lot of guys from Texas in the league. So just being one of the guys that's in the group to put Texas back on the map is a good feeling.
He works hard religiously every single day as a professional athlete. Don't let the news take that away from him. He is a professional. Watch this.
I like it. That's
This man embodies what athletes need to be. The rigorous trainings, not making an excuse for yourself, knowing how to come back during all odds against you, not in your favor. He doesn't cry about it. Not one time we seen Xavier acting as if he was a victim in this situation. It was the media and Tia Jones fans who are pretending that men too don't have feelings, that men don't go through up and downs where we need people to pick us up or help us, or at least show us you're with us and you understand what we're going through. Because this isn't black, white, and blue, or red, white, and blue. This is about a hardworking American that has always been down and true. This woman really has tarnished his brand and who he is, because look, these people do not care how innocent Xavier Worthy is. They don't want that type of drama to be attached to any of their ambassador sponsors, their brand ambassadors, such as an Xavier. So at the end of the day, if he wants to do what's in his garage and get paid for it, he's going to need all the money he can get, because your Disney's and all these other brands, they don't care if he's innocent. They just knew Tia Jones cried foul, and that's the only thing they care about. His mom has done a phenomenal job in his upbringing. She speaks very well, articulate. She's very intelligent. She knows not to make an excuse for herself because she had a young child when she was a teenager. No. So the way she has raised them, these brands need to understand who Xavier is. That's why I'm making this video, because he lost more than just his hair. He lost his dignity and grace because of who she is. I want all of you brands to understand Xavier has never dismissed his fans. Look how he gracious himself to the people who support him.
A native and Central High graduate made his return to the Valley, where more than 4,000 fans lined up to meet him during a free event at Granite Park in Central Fresno. We'll bring you.
So when these brands want to tarnish a man because you don't believe him, you rather believe the woman, it's unfair in every single way of life. We claim all people are equal, well, until it comes to a man. If you don't believe me, listen to his fan speak for himself on who Xavier really is.
You guys got this today, especially you, Xavier Worthy. I hope you guys win. You guys are super awesome. You guys are the GOATs, especially you. And you are very fast. Go get him, #1. You're the GOAT.
So don't tell me anything bad about Xavier Worthy. The same people who tried to defend Travis Hunter are the same ones tarnishing Xavier's his name. They're on the Shade Room, all these platforms talking about, I don't believe him. He still put himself in that situation. What did he do to put himself in that situation? You mean falling in love with an older woman, and you still don't hold the older woman accountable. You pick and choose and move the goalposts. See, listen to me, Travis Hunter. You need to watch this. I don't know who Leanna is. I only can go off of her characteristic. I don't want to hear people say you're clout chasing after Travis Hunter. Bro, we got young men who make this mistake every time. These young men are not the typical men. There are young men who are in love, they're good nature, and there are vulture women out there who find these type of men and take full frontal advantage of them. Meaning they will chew them out and spit them out when they're done with them. And there are nobody in the community to have a voice to speak out against that. You might see some people say things here and there, but they don't go in depth the way I do, the way we do over here in this community of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. I'm DJ Blessed One, the best one, for a reason. I'm not out here to hate on nobody. How the hell am I an enemy of Travis Hunter if I'm the only guy here who can raise his hand and say I have complete work for the last 4 years, not just in the college route, but also in his high school days where I supported Travis Hunter. I'm around people who actually went to Collins High School with Travis Hunter. I don't want to hear nothing that people got to say to me about X, Y, and Z, because when Travis Hunter goes through the same thing that Xavier Worthy is going through, you guys are going to, the ones who are defending Travis, you're going to be the ones looking at Travis and not giving a damn if he falls down with Leanna. I'm not waiting until the police reports come out, until the breaking news. I will use this platform and my voice so young ones can understand on what not to do. This is not about your old rhetoric spewing of crap and you already are outdated now. This is about the young ones who still have a chance, not a miserable clown in the comment sections. So we don't care. Spare me your feelings, because all of us have kids. Would you let your kids marry a Leanna, a Tia Jones, whatever her name is? Right. So it goes to show you, even when these women come with their own bags, their own money, they're still thirsty for yours and your credibility. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Blessed One, the best one. Love your family, love your kids. Stay blessed.
I see the jealousy and hate. I see the jealousy and hate. Fuck that shit, we gon' be straight. Hold up.